1 2 1 2 mic check. Good morning, everybody. It is January 26, 2017. I am having a great morning. It is now 6:23. Getting up, getting ready to run some errands and get some business done. Um, Thank y'all very much for being the wonderful people that you are, for checking in on me, for all the great words of encouragement and congratulations that we got over the birth of our child, Sanadwe. She is here. I am excited that she's here. What's up, Candace? Thank y'all very much for being a part of this circle, this family. She was born at Howard University Hospital. All the nurses and the doctors there were great. Dion, you are a goddess. Thank you very much for all your help, for all your love, for being there for us when the moment was happening and helping Vanessa get through this. This was amazing. What's up, Key? How you doing? So I just wanted to say what's up before I got out here. I got work to do all day, all night. Y'all know I'm on my hustle, on my grizzle extra now. Make sure y'all come check me out February 1st. Tomorrow night, I got to get some volunteers to come spend the night with Vanessa or something because tomorrow night I'm going to go see Backyard. It's my birthday. I'm not going to celebrate it any other way. Just me and my boys are going to go see Backyard. So I'm trying to work that out. Uh, because that's going to be some serious hustling going on after that. On Saturday is the beginning of the Frederick Douglass Writing Club. There are still some slots available. Either way, we got some boys that we're rolling with right now, some 8 to 12-year-olds, where we're going to have a lot of fun talking about literacy and writing. And on Wednesday, please come out and check me with my man Kwasi. I will be interviewing Chris Styles Bacon for my new podcast called Mix and Master Radio. I will also be debuting our new podcast featuring an interview with Asheru and reggae revival writer Dutty Bookman. Kwasi is going to be a part of it as well. He's going to be performing. He's going to be doing an interview as well. I got to make sure I get out that shameless self plug. Come see me down at Urban Intellect. The grind is serious. I have a whole bunch of political opinions, to talk about because of what's gone over the last 5 days with Donald Trump. But I'm gonna save all those tomorrow for my birthday. Some radical ideas, not so radical ideas I have. But today, more importantly, let me take a sip of coffee. I'm still waking up. Today, more importantly, I just want to talk about how much of a superhero my wife is. Okay, so. First of all, Howard University was great. I hear people talk about their black experience all the time, and I wish I could trade black experiences with someone else because I am a product of like Howard University and the people and the culture that has happened there, and then Washington D.C. and PG County and Montgomery County and the DMV as a whole. And our experience dealing with our community, a whole bunch of West African nurses, and first generation transplants from Africa and a whole bunch of DC natives and Jamaicans, and it was just a really cool loving experience, right? So Vanessa went into labor on, I guess, officially Sunday morning around 6 a.m. We had already had many conversations with Dion, and Dion told us, and we had conversations with our doctor, Dr. Olubata, who was really, really receptive and wanted us to have the birthing process to go the way we wanted to. We all acknowledge that the hospital has a normal way things happen, but we advocated for doing things our way, and our doctor was completely down, and that made everything so wonderful and easy. So thank you very much, Dr. Olubata. She told us to make sure that we did as much labor at home as possible. Dion said the same thing. Make sure we do as much labor at home as possible. So 6 a.m., Vanessa thought she started contractions, and they were happening probably like every 15 minutes or so. And so we just chilled out. We made breakfast. We got something to drink and got comfortable on the sofa. I watched some Sports Center. Then we watched The Accountant for the second time. If you haven't seen The Accountant, it's an amazing movie. I hope they do a sequel to it, especially with someone who's worked with people on the spectrum and with autism and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're chilling. We're watching it. Vanessa has been I've been telling her she's been underestimating her own ability in this whole process anyway. She was wondering, I think at some point a doctor had told her or a nurse had told her, man, if this baby gets any bigger, you might have to have a C-section. You're such a small woman. And I don't know why they put that idea in her head. So what I kept telling her the whole time was that she can do this, that women her size have been having babies for tens of thousands of years. That she's from a strong stock. I've been to Kenya where her family's from. I've met her mom, and I know the kind of woman she is. And I was like, you can handle this, right? So the contractions are happening. She got the little contraction app out, and she's, doing the times, and she has evidently experienced the pregnancies of her best friends that happened kind of quickly once the real strong contractions happen. And so she's like, all right, so this is gonna happen at any moment. You know what I'm saying? Let me just chill. Maybe around 2 or 3 o'clock, we'll head up to the hospital. Around 2 or 3 o'clock, we called the doula, and she was like, "Oh nah, you should just chill out. Like, even if you can, go take a nap." So she's laying down. I'm massaging her feet. I'm trying to help her breathe. She had told me all year, the thing that I need you to help me do is breathe. And make sure you remind me to breathe. You tell me to breathe deeply. That you look me in my eyes and take deep breaths. So I've been practicing, prepping that mentally, preparing myself for that to be my role for the whole process. And so she does that, and then around 3 o'clock, Dion comes over. Dion the doula. That sounds like a superhero character. Um, she comes over and she's like, "All right, cool. Let's chill out. Let's take some more breaths. We take about 2 more hours, just really being calm and cool. I actually played some NBA 2K. I figured it'd be the last time I'd have a chance to play that in about a year, so I played a little bit. And then a couple hours later, Vanessa's thinking, okay, maybe it's time to go to the hospital. And Dion is like, nah, let's just hop in the tub. Let's get comfortable, get in the tub. That's going to help bring the baby down some more. We do that a little bit longer. Um, she had taken a 2 hour nap. She had taken like a half an hour to an hour in the tub, and she was chilling the entire time, right? Um, Chilling the entire time. The contractions were coming. She was breathing heavily, and you could tell they were uncomfortable, but she was making it happen. And so, like around 6 o'clock, we decided to head for the hospital. When we got to the hospital, checking in wasn't a problem. Having Dion there was really cool. The nurses went into their autopilot. They wanted to do a whole bunch of things that they normally do. But fortunately, I had Dion there, Dion the doula, and she made sure that we did things the way we wanted to do. And then once Dr. Bata came and told them, yeah, this couple has already discussed how they want this birthing to happen, and we want it to happen this way, it kind of rolled smoothly. She got comfortable in the chair. I got comfortable. We're sitting there, counting the contractions, measuring all that good stuff. She's like dilated like around 6 centimeters. Vanessa's thinking she's closer to the end than she was. We're actually at this point really, really glad that we decided to wait before we came in, because then we realized we're in for the long haul. If we'd come in on the first contractions, we would have spent all day in a hospital. And it's fortunate and a blessing to be in a hospital. That means we were in the safest place in case there were complications. But it's a hospital. It's not the most comfortable environment. So we're there. And Vanessa keeps intimating to me and Dion, like, so do you think we're finished? Do you think we're close? Do you think I'm close to the end? And we kept trying to find ways to tell her, nah, baby, we think you're here for like another 6 to 8 hours. We try to find ways to say that without saying that, without dampening her spirits. And I think we were really creative. We looked at each other a couple times, but we kept telling her how strong she was and that she was going to make it through. And so at some point, the doctor measures how she's dilated and measures how far the baby is from crowning, from actually being at the end and doing the final push. And this has to be around 12:30, 1 o'clock. And so she's been in labor for about 20 hours. And the doctor tells her she's in this position and there's like 5 more positions she has to push through in order to give birth to the baby. And now she needs to stop breathing through her contractions and pushing through her contractions. This first really good push will move the baby from position, I think it's like position -1 to position 0. And then she has to go from position 0 to 5 before the baby's out. And so the doctor's like, it's going to take you about 30 minutes to an hour. This is what the doctor told us later. She thinks she's got an hour worth of labor in order to push out the child. And so she's like, you got to start changing your pushes. So right now she's doing this during her contractions. She's like, instead of breathing out, you need to hold on to that and push from really deep down. And she tries and she goes, she's like, no, 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 no. You got to completely, like, being helpful would be to stop the noise, because that's showing that you're pushing from up here and you got to push from down there. And she was like, all right, all right. So she tried again. She was like, all right, you almost got it, but now you got to push, like, sort of like you're using the bathroom. Like, you got to do a really strong, I'm about to have this, I'm pushing this baby out type of push. And so at this point, I switched to holding her leg. The doctor is like, okay, she's gonna do this pushing thing. I'm gonna go check on some other patients. The backup doctor is standing back. The nurses are standing back. We're just here, standing here, encouraging her to push. I'm holding one leg. Dion's holding the other leg. The doctors are at least 2 feet away. Vanessa gets this look in her eye like, okay, I think I understand what kind of push you're talking about. So she goes, she bought this push from like the Nile River, you know what I'm saying, that I did not know and she did not know she had, and the baby comes out that quick, immediately. Like the doctor slides in like dude from the USA soccer team, the goalie, and dives in and catches Sanadwe, or she hits the ground because we all think we're an hour away from the baby arriving. And Vanessa does one good push and boom, Sanadwe comes out. So the doctor's like, oh, catches her. Um, Sanadwe gets up and looks around and goes, and then goes, okay, I guess I'm here now. And that's it. Like that's all the pushing that was necessary. And I am blown away. I have witnesses. Ask Dion, ask Dr. Bada. She runs in because she hears the push, and then she's like, why is there a baby crying? And she comes in and there is a baby. Um, First push, there is a baby. And so it's done. And then the next thing we wanted to do, we wanted to make sure that the baby wasn't, the umbilical cord wasn't clipped immediately. The nurses go in to cut the umbilical cord immediately, and the doctor's like, no, we're gonna do chest to chest, and we're gonna let the placenta, you know, drain a little bit, empty a little bit. So we're watching, like, I didn't see it. I guess I'm a little bit zoned out, but some of them say they could watch the umbilical cord pulsating, and she's still getting, you know, some of that last bit of nutrients from the placenta. And then I cut the cord. I don't think I posted the cutting the cord picture. Anyway, so that's, I mean, I got to write this down. I got to retell the story, and I got to get witnesses here because I'm telling you, like, really, we was preparing to be there for another hour, and all of a sudden, like I said, I'm glad. I think the other doctor must have played soccer or something, or played baseball or something, because she saw it, and I saw it, and I was like, you know, and but you know, I think we all underestimated, including Vanessa, underestimated how much of a G she was in this situation. So we have a baby girl here now, Sanadwe Oyugi Arma. She was 6 pounds 7 ounces, born on Monday the 23rd at 1:45 a.m. I never remembered the measurements. I'm thankful for everyone's support. I'm thankful that I went through this experience with Vanessa because she's a true trooper and a superhero. And I hope you guys are inspired by the story. Y'all have a wonderful day. I got to get out and get to hustling. If y'all see me, say what's up. Y'all have a good one. Peace.